musician, but maybe not many know that I also do humanitarian works, kerja jamaah. It goes hand in hand. I don't see it as luar biasa. I don't think it's that really extraordinary. My role as a human being, singing is just a job. The role I bring with that position as a singer is different. It's not just about going up on stage and singing and all that. Nowadays, you cannot deny the fact that public figures, singers, actors, artists actually do play a very big role in community. There's Angelina Jolie, who's doing great humanitarian work, and nobody would have expected that from her 20 years ago. And then there's Leonardo DiCaprio, who's also doing great things about global warming and saving wildlife and stuff. I think maybe back then when you watched Titanic, nobody would have thought Leonardo DiCaprio would be doing this right now, right? For me, the challenge is keeping a good balance between being a singer and doing the humanitarian works, because like I said just now, it goes hand in hand. I still need to make myself relevant for me to be able to spread out to a bigger audience. If you had to choose between doing humanitarian work and being a singer, which one would you choose? I said I'd pick both. I wouldn't pick just one. I would still want to help the people, but I still need to be relevant to the people so that I can get people to join me in doing good things. Alhamdulillah, with the support of a lot of people, a lot of organizations, my movement, iamFaithmen, after 2 years plus, growing slowly, and I hope more people will become aware of this movement and join us in spreading goodness. Was that too long? No. What I'm doing with iamFaithmen is just a bit. We're working with a lot of other NGOs. A lot of people think we're an NGO. This is one more thing. It is incredibly hard to register an NGO in Malaysia. I cannot drain it. We are trying to do something good for other people, but the procedure is unbelievably. So I said, let's just do this. Self-fund is just a motivation for me to work harder, work my ass off, so I have more to give back to people. But at the same time, I know it will never be enough with what I have. So we work with groups. I always welcome working with new groups and new people, because that is what iamFaithmen want to do. We want to embrace each other, we want to work together, we want to spread positivity, we want to remind people about the basic things in life. It's by working with other bodies to help amplify, to help create awareness. And it starts from the small things, orang kata benih tu penting. First and foremost, I think is we should start, if we want to talk about changing mindset, we should start embracing each other. We are multiracial, we are multicultural, but at the same time, if the people at the top are creating certain tensions, how can we do it if the people at the top are not helping our cause that we are trying to do at the bottom? So it's got to be two-way juga, okay? From yourself and from the people at the top. You can't get a tree full of fruits and a nice big tree without nurturing the seed. You need the seed first. The seed is you. Okay? Just be nice to everyone. Even the smallest act can become a big change. One of the biggest struggles is emotion. Kadang-kadang bila one wants to help people, you might not be able to handle what we see. For instance, when the first time I went to a Palestinian camp, I just straight away broke down. I couldn't think what the hell is going on. I've never seen anything like this. I think you have to be very prepared for what you're about to see, for what you're about to encounter. So for me, the first challenge is always, handling your emotion well and everything. If you can't handle it, then how are you going to help the people that you want to help? Like I said, it's always the biggest challenge is you, whether you want to do or not, whether you want to help or not. Are you going to give yourself excuse and start procrastinating and say that, you know what, there are a lot of other people doing this, I can do this another time. So these are the challenges, the struggles. I mean, personally, time and always thinking. We think we're doing a lot. At the end of the day, you realize that you're not even doing much. Recently, I was with my team, iamFaithmen, to a Rohingya refugee camp in Bangladesh. The moment you get there, it was like, oh my God. What in the world am I going to do? It's not even a fraction of the whole refugee community that I'm helping, it's just unbelievable. There is no way we can actually settle this refugee crisis. I'm not being pessimistic, I'm not being negative, but realistically there is no way we can solve this refugee crisis, at least in the next 30, 40, 50 years. Like seriously, at the rate it's going. Talk about struggle, but from the Faithmen side, the struggle is in getting people to realize and become aware of what is actually going on. Maybe people know me more as a singer, but people don't really know much about my iamFaithmen movement. Understandable, because people are just not interested in this. And maybe they're not interested because we're not doing enough. Maybe the media is not doing enough to create awareness amongst us. I mean, we could have tried in a bigger venue today for this talk, but we have, okay, a small classroom, and it's not even full. That's the biggest struggle. Struggles in getting people to actually become aware of the situation, of what's actually going on. Maybe another struggle for iamFaithmen, for me, a lot of people tend to respond only when there is a certain issue that's been blasted on TV, that's been blasted on the media. They only wait for that one certain moment when something really bad happens, when actually this really bad thing is going on every day. Nowadays, we have to understand we are the media. Everybody has their own channel on YouTube. Everybody can have their own account on Instagram. So that is the number one thing we want people to be doing, to just post and post and post and post. You don't have to wait for someone else to do it. We can't depend on conventional media. And that is why here as an entertainer, knowing that my role is bigger than just, like I said just now, entertaining people, singing to people, and that's why I have iamFaithmen. Maybe I want to touch on one more challenge that we have is where people see me going to refugee camps, going to Syria, then people just start messaging me non-stop saying, how can I join your movement, how can I follow you there? It's not as easy as that, and it's not as hard as that. It doesn't have to be that hard. You don't have to go all the way there to help. People think that when I'm doing humanitarian work, everybody just wants to come in, we bring a whole entourage of people. It's not that. These are some of the challenges that personally I have to go through, and iamFaithmen, as a movement, these are some of the challenges. When you want to do something, I think at the end of the day, back to basics, it's always about changing yourself first. You don't have to straight away jump into this humanitarian or volunteering work and want to go on a mission and save the earth. No, you start with yourself first. The things you like on Instagram, the things you repost on Instagram, and you like and retweet on Twitter, that's all the most basic thing you can do from your side. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Used to have a beautiful country, they have universities, they have a lot of engineers. For goodness sake, if you really know stuff, you should know that Steve Jobs was a Syrian refugee. The team that just won the World Cup, more than half of the team are refugees. This France, there's so much Islamophobia going on, there's so much racism going on in France, but they don't realize that their country are among the top countries because of the contribution from refugees. This is exactly what iamFaithmen is trying to do. Like we were talking about having a football or futsal tournament, where we tournaments like this for refugees. It's about opening up opportunities. Why can't we just let refugees have a normal life like all of us do? Like what you said just now, we can't depend on the politicians. I think that's wrong, because I think we depend on politicians to make us open our eyes, and that is exactly what we expect from the new government. I am waiting for someone from the new government to start showing some effort in recognizing refugees, in creating awareness about refugees. Like I said, if we don't like it, you can't just sit down and not do anything about it. Is anyone studying law in here? So you are the voice of tomorrow. If there's anything you don't like, you see that it's not fair to a certain group or community, you have the responsibility to do something about it. I can't do anything about it. I can just tell you that there is something needs to be done about this. Like Hassan has been saying, we all have a role. Maybe some of you are doing, graphics. Don't tell me, oh, I'm just doing graphic designing, I can't do anything about this refugee. You can use your skill to do paintings, to do graphic images, and help promote and push and show people what's going on. Yes, there's so many things you can do. We are the voice of the voiceless, like what Hassan said just now. Don't look too far ahead. starts. The first thing you have to help is yourself. If you want to make other people's lives better, you want to make other people smile, the first group of people you need to help and you have to make smile is your family. It all starts at home. If you can't do that at home, you will not succeed in the bigger picture.